Hang on. Oh! Oh my gosh. I was held against my will. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Listen, there is no such thing as late. But I was held against my will. Somebody invited me to play Valheim. Listen. I couldn't help it. There was nothing to be done. I had to. Listen, I found iron. I found iron and it had to be smelted. It had to be done. I couldn't help it. I was suckered into Valheim. I logged in for only 3 hours. I couldn't get away, and then I was starving. I finished the game and I was starving. I had to make some fish sticks. Fish sticks. And of course, the junky fish sticks. The ones that are made with like 100% breading. You know what I mean? The ones that are super skinny, that are like Captain Fishback's suspicious fishies. Suspicious fishes. That's what I ate. Oh, Blue Skittle, what's up? How are you doing? Hi, Rosera. Don't download Valheim. Nobody do it. The King of Squirrel, how are you doing? Awkward. I'm glad that you've been waiting. I'm finally here. Of course. I'm here. I've done it. Oh, Champion of the Raven Queen. Hi. Leela. Hi. Alchemic. Hello. I mean, I'm just trying to get away from all those rules that I used to have, you know, those rules where I wouldn't stream after a certain hour. No, this unlimited streaming. Unlimited. It's true. I drew a small image. We're supposed to doodle right before we play five hot dogs at Frankfurters. Is that what I put? Spooky. Spooky time. Spooky, spooky. Okay, let me see. Where's the here's what I this is what I drew. This is what I've done. It took me about a minute to draw this. It's dead. Wait. Draw a little pool of blood. Somebody killed the other gnome. This one is just slightly suspicious. We don't know who did it. Zelda Bits, how are you doing? What's up? What's up? They're on sale on Steam. What, Valheim? Don't do it. Somebody did it. I don't know. This is if I open up a drawing, this is the first thing that I doodle. This is always the first thing to doodle. It's just, oh, okay. What am I gonna draw? I guess I'll draw some, let's see. I guess I'll draw some eyes. Let's see, what kind of eyes? Yes. There we go. Now, what do I draw? Oh, maybe a mustache. Maybe they're a mustachioed gentleman. Maybe I'll draw a little nose. Draw a little hat. This is starting to look like a wizard. Then maybe I'll just draw a little hat. Who knows? Maybe. And then it automatically, with a 10-gallon hat? I don't know how to draw a 10-gallon hat. How do you draw a 10-gallon hat? Maybe you could draw, like, the brim. This is not going to look correct. That's not how you draw a 10-gallon... I don't know how to draw a 10-gallon hat. Here. Maybe a 1 pint. Maybe a 1 pint hat. There we go. A perfect hat. A perfect hat for a perfect boy. The unknown, how are you doing?
Yes, I am a cowboy.
Draw a water jug and then label it 10 gallons? Oh, okay, that's a better idea. So maybe he's wearing a big plate on his head, and then he's wearing a jug. I don't know how to draw a jug. Is that what a jug looks like? 10. Here. Wait, there we go. We just gotta go. That's a hat. Now that's a hat. Now he's a cowboy. Now he's got a big iron on his hip. His head is just flat up here. Up here, the head is flat. He's been smashed by a 10-gallon hat. He doesn't look right anymore.
Yes, there we go.
Now, if he's a cowboy, he needs a pistol. Hang on. Maybe like this. There you go. He's got a little pistol in his hand, just in case. There you
go. Hey, hello there, friend.
His hand's vibrating. Hello, welcome to the city. Everybody's welcome here in this town. Maybe he's got some feet. He's ready. He's ready to go. There we go. That's a fancy looking. Hi there, Oafs. What's up? I'm late. I'm sorry. What have I done? Yep, he's definitely a partner. What could make him look even more like a partner? Maybe he could have like a little tie that goes around his neck, right? I don't know how the bandana works. Like this. Here we go. Now he's ready to go. Now he's got his little bandana. He's got his 10-gallon hat. He's got a pistol. I don't know why his hand looks so weird, but he's already shooting. Best look out. He don't have no... Oh, wait a second. What a distinguished looking gentleman. Maybe he needs some boots. He doesn't have feet. He has boots. Wait, don't boots have a heel? There we go. Oh, that looks horrible. I love it. There we go. Now he's a cowboy. I had it wrong at first, but now I got it. Yeah! Dev Sisters artists, watch and learn. I'm going to teach you how to draw a real cowboy. I'm getting sick of that rye bread cookie. I don't like him. I don't like that rye cookie. Let me see. That's what rye cookies should have looked like? Yes. Less of an edgelord, more of a cowboy. Let me see. What else would he maybe have? He's probably got a rope in his hand. Oop. I destroyed his mustache. Here we go. He's trying to... Maybe like... Woo, 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 yeehaw! Wrestle him up. Wrestle up, little doggies. Need some motion. There we go. Yeah! What's he wrestling? I don't know what he's wrestling. This is a strange looking Pokemon. He's not a Pokemon. Stop. Hey, Kenny, are we going to get to see your kingdom before we get the spooks? What? Cookie Run stream. Who? Ashley Rose. Thank you so much for the biddies. Oi, 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 oi. Are those biddies for this cowboy? I'll draw some biddies in the background. He's got some, there's some bits falling down. Thanks for the biddies. That's what the cowboy says.
Oh, yes.
A rain of bits. Oi, Tayaki-san, how are you doing? Also, Independent Oreo, what's up? Let me see. I was working on a different drawing. This I wanna color her eventually. Wait a second. Wait a second. She needs. There's only one thing that can make this better. Ah! Maybe. Those don't look good. Those choppers! Mm. Even better. There we go. Now she looks correct. There we go. For the Halloween event. She's ready to go. There we go. It's already perfect. Boop, 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 boop. No, 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 no. Okay, maybe we doodle one more. Let me see. Dang it. Dang it, I deleted my layer. Okay, let's see. What can I draw? Maybe... There we go. I will draw Oshawott. There. That was easy. Ta-da! Oshawott. Wait a second. He's got a shell on his belly. Looks like a skull. There we go. Danger, Oshawott. Beware! A squishy Watt. He went. Bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know if I can draw a better one currently. I don't know. Maybe we can draw him with a big nose. Some little eyeballs.
Father, why am I this way?
Could turn him into a worm. That's what I normally do whenever I lose the whenever I can't figure out how to draw their body. They just turn into a worm. There we go. Now we got a little wormy boy. Ta-da! There's the next form of Oshawott. Now what's his final design? The final Oshawott design. No. He needs his normal eyes. What is the final evolve of Oshawott? I can't remember. Maybe he grows a mustache. No. We'll have none of that. Now he looks like he's got cat ears. The final version of him. The Samurott? What? Is he a ninja or something like that? Is that what's going on? Also, hi there, Linz. How are you doing? Oi, oi, oi. Evolutions equal a bigger face. A sugar gnome Oshawott. This small little sugar gnome hat. And maybe he's got a... Well, he'd have to have a mustache then. But, oh, so that ruins the design. Wait a second. There we go. That ought to do it. Just gonna erase these lines like a real champion. There we go. With a teensy little hat. There. Is that a sugar gnome Oshawott? Wait a second. He's got to have a shell still, right? No. Wait a second. The shell is like flat on the bottom. No, it's like ooh. Like that? That looks like a mushroom. He's got a mushroom on his stomach. It's a family portrait. This is Mama. 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 There we go. She's got her hair back. Mama. This is baby. This is a baby with a little bottle. Oh wait. Hang on. A little. How do you draw a nipple? Like that. Baby. That's the liquid in the bottle. Mama. And then Daddy. The hair is horrible. Hey, Cody, how are you doing? Oh, what's up? What's up? Was that Beans? Who's Beans? Oh, is this Beans from Rango? Mama. Also, KP, how are you doing? How do we make the family portrait better? Who else? Is there somebody over here? Me, I don't know who the little boy is. A shocked Oshawott. Yeah, maybe a normal looking. Here, I'll just. How would I draw Oh, please. Let's see. He's supposed to. His head is like more spherical than I'm giving it credit for. That looks like a mouth. I love my family. Maybe. There we go. There we go. Now what is it? I actually don't know how to draw his little neck thing. It's like a little, like that, kind of like that. Is that an Oshawott? He's gotta have his little shell. They look like devil horns. I don't know how to draw his. That's the family portrait. Is that the whole family? Then the little actual baby Oshawott is like. Who are these people and what are they doing in the house? It looks like the disowned child in the corner. He's the most normal looking one. I actually think that the middle one is the most normal looking. That's the stop. Why is my YouTube messing up? Stop. Just work forever. The child embarrassed by the rest of the family. Come on, admit it. Are any of y'all this child? Is this anybody in the chat? Are y'all like that you look at your family and you see these are all the siblings and the parent. Maybe I could make like a wiggly worm one that's looking down at him. I don't know. That doesn't even look like anything. That looks like nothing. Maybe he's got a. Maybe his nose is bulging out. Yes, that makes it better. Now he look. That's much better. That's much better. Now he looks like the what's the name of the little thing in the NES game? I'm trying to remember. What's his name? He's the big nose, the gigantic nosed character that's from Earthbound. With his giant nose. I can't remember. He's an item in Super Smash Brothers. I don't remember his name. He's Mr. Saturn. Is that his name? Mr. Saturn? Yeah. This is Mr. Saturn. Smiling down. Ah, Mr. Saturn. Such a beautiful character. Yes, he says. I looked him up. Oshawtt's nose is bigger than the eyes, and they're supposed to be on the same level. Yeah, it goes right in the middle. It's supposed to be like, I guess like this. Kind of like that. I mean, not really. Sorta. I mean, yes. I mean, I have a picture of him right here on the side. I'm just not doing it. I just don't want to do that right now. I'm sorry. I almost feel like this is part of the dad, but whatever. I don't know how to compose a picture. Let's see. Get the baby here. Hey, Rinselnut, how are you doing? What's up? Oi, oi, oi. Wait a second. There we go. Now she's got a little bit more of a bonnet. A wee little neck piece. I think Papa needs a neck piece. I'm not sure. But yeah, Rinselnut, how have you been doing? I hope you've been fantastic. As you can see, we're doing well as well. But yeah, we're doing we are going to be playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I just thought that it'd be fun to doodle something first. I mean, I kind of promised that I would, but unfortunately, I was kept away for a little while by nasty old Valheim. A nasty old game, best avoided. Hang on. It was Anne's fault, by the way. If anybody wants to blame somebody, that would be Anne's fault. There we go. Maybe he's got a little beard.
Hello.
I don't know how to draw his beard onto his head. I don't know how I can I just erase this line? Oh, I think that kind of works, doesn't it? Oh. Is that a beard? Is that what beards look like? I'm not sure about that. Anne's fault! Can you believe it? Can you believe that Anne would do such a thing? But Anne also inspires me to draw, so I mean, I guess it's all over the place. We don't know whether Anne should stay or not. There we go. But I thought I'd say hi. You said, can't stay here for long. You got to be up in 7 hours. Oh, no. I'm sorry that it's so late. Yes, I got distracted today. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking off, but we'll be back. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday, and I'd love to hang out with you sometime soon, Rinselnut. But yeah, if you need to go, get yourself some rest. Take good care of yourself. I'm glad that you said hi. It's nice to see you. I hope that you've been fantastic. I hope you have been well. I don't know how to draw. How do you draw bat wings? That just looks like a mustache. I'm not sure. I left for a bit. I came back and I got more cursed. What? Couldn't have been. What are the outside of bat wings? They're not like a knife. Do they kind of swoop up and then Kind of, almost. That's not quite right. I don't know what bat wings looks like. Mustache wings, that's what it looks like. That is not a thing. You said so like curve for the top? What? This does look kind of like the bat wings are going whoosh, like they're going whoosh downward. They're going whooshity downward. You have tomorrow off, but you're so tired. Oh no. You said the very small curves at the bottom. Is it the bottom of the wings that are messed up? I'm not sure, like... I don't know. Spikes on the bottom, not the top? Oh, that's probably why they look like they're going downward. Spikes at the bottom, and then the tops are curved? What? I've never seen a bat in my life. Thank you very much. I see, like that? Kinda? Well, not really, but sorta. Like that? Is that what it looks like? One spike on the top? Oh, of course. How could I forget? Like, there you go. One spike on the top, coming right up. Like that? Yeah, there's the wings. Now I get it. You said, Kenny, did you hear? I have some good news. Well, it's partially bad. You finally got off of grave shifts, but it means that you might miss out on streamies. Oh no. Well, I mean, awkward. Obviously, your job comes as #1. So I hope that it makes your life more comfortable. I'm sorry that you'll be missing more streams, but that is definitely a net positive. I am glad to hear that things will be easier for you and that you won't have to work so dang late. I know that your work schedule has been a mess recently. An absolute wreck. I don't know what that is. I was thinking that it'd be a spider, but I don't think that it fits. Bye-bye, little spider Oshawott. I can't fix it. I don't know. I think that this could be a new evolution. You know, some bat wings on the head, a long neck. I really need to sleep well. I really need to sleep. Aha! I wish you the best and so happy to drop in. I'll try my best to not take 6 months to come back. Yes! Please don't take 6 months again. But Rinzelnet, get some rest. It was good. It was good to say hello. It was good to say hello for a little while. Please take care of yourself. Much love. Much love. What can I put here? What floats? What floats? I already tried to draw a bat wing version of it and it didn't work out. Maybe I should be putting some freckles so that you know who it is. Now you know who it is. It was just lacking the freckles. I'm sorry. We all float down here. What? Oh yeah, maybe I could draw a balloon with a little Oshawott on the balloon. The music stops as usual. That just looks like a little Minecraft man. That just looks like Steve. Come to find out, we're all Minecraft Steve deep down. Could the music really last for more than like 30 seconds? That'd be splendid. I don't know why is it this specific song that's messing up? A little Drifloom taking an Oshawott away. Oh no! Oh no! Our Oshawott! He's flying away! Oh no! Maybe this is just a little human being. A little human being that's going... Just kidding. He's not going that fast. Bye, Oshawott. What? See you later. Farewell, Oshawott. It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you. Okay, have a... Oh, no! Have a great night, and y'all. Enjoy your spooks. Indeed. Indeed, we will enjoy the spooks. Thank you so much. Thanks for popping in, Zelda. We'll see you later. Good luck with your homework. Oh, no! Our gnome! This is why there's no sugar gnomes, because they're all stolen away. There we go. Now it's a gnome. Can you just have like a black mustache so that I can pretend like there's no lines behind him? There we go. See you later, sugar gnome. This is why we can't have nice things, because all the sugar gnomes left in a balloon. Well, I think that our family portrait looks absolutely lovely. I can't imagine it being better. This is about the peak of my art. That's about it. I really like this one. He's my favorite one. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how well he turned out. Such a handsome... Maybe you should have like a potato nose. Does that make him more appealing? Is that better? Maybe... Oh my. Oh my, so beautiful. Mama! No. Actually, I don't think so. All right, Mr. Potato Nose, he looks great. Small child in the corner, disturbed by the family. Can I make this like kind of... I don't know how to draw like wrinkles and stuff. I kind of wanted this to be like a melting Oshawott. But I don't really know how to do that. I think that you have to do that with like, with this part. I think that you have to make it like part of it. A bearded danger noodle? What? Is this a snake? I hope not. Think about what you've done, Dai. What did you do? My favorite work of art on screen is Kenny himself. Aw. Divey. Divey, that's disgusting. Don't ever say that to me again. No, you're... What's the thing that he said? Breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking, Dai. I'm just fixing his head. Is that better? I think that's maybe a little bit better. Now he's got some horns. This is supposed to be a family-friendly stream, Dai. Exactly. You're not supposed to... You can't compliment me. You can't compliment me. That's inappropriate. That's against TOS. Let's see. What else can we... Should Dad be disappointed in you? Is Dad disappointed in you? I can't tell. Is this what your father looks like? I never like a line in the middle of here. I always think it's gonna work, but then it just ends up looking weird. Maybe I should just get rid of this line. Get out of here. His mustache makes his body part of him. There we go. Yeah. He has no neck. We don't need necks in 2020. It's 2022. Necks are out. We're moving on to the next thing. There we go. A nice fatherly figure. A handsome gentleman. He almost looks sadder with full eyes like that. I could have made a crying Oshawott. I should have made the baby crying. That's alright. Next time that we doodle, we can draw a crying character, alright? The tears will be flowing. Yeah, now he looks really disappointed in the family. I'm dripping with ragu. No flirting rule. Can't stop me. What? What? Sauce? What are we talking about now? What do you mean ragu? Ragu is a tomato sauce. What does that have anything to do with flirting? I'm confused. What is that? Oh, saucy. Dripping with ragu, eh? Can that be my signature? What is there a way to draw a signature with, let's see. My name's Kenny. Or maybe I could maybe make it Earl. I hate it. I don't think that works. Maybe, yeah, wait a second. I could do that. Maybe that's my new Twitch name. Is Earl spelled with a, yeah, with a 3, and then that. That's my Hotmail address. Please don't, oh wait. That would have to be the other way, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this could be my new... It'd have to be the other way, though, wouldn't it? Because if it's a 3, it goes like this. Like that? Can that be my name? Earl. Earl drew these horrible wait a second, not horrible. Beautiful. Beautiful gentlemen. Beautiful ladies. Beautiful mustaches. Beautiful babies. Beautiful large babies. Yeah, okay. Earl. That's Earl certified. Certified. Perfect. I'll never find you. Exactly. If your name started with this, it would never work. That would never work. You said the Earl and the L is a no, it's an L. Maybe it could be, yes, we love the Barl of Suds. That would be this, Barl. Alright, I think that we've done it. I'm trying to just observe this image, make sure that everything is as messed up as it can get. Let's see. Is this as good as it? Yeah. Checking, just looking. I want to make sure that I don't miss any opportunities here. This is going straight into the art gallery, of course, so I want to make sure that it's good. Maybe I could have made her body a little bit thicker. That's okay. Do. Down. Can I draw... How do you draw a stain? That doesn't look like water. That looks like a mustache. Does that look like he just drank? Or does that look like he has a small beard? I don't know how to draw the, like, shape of water. See? It always turns into a beard. That looks even worse! Give him fangs. That looks strange. It looks like his... Now it looks like his mouth is bent in half. Nosferatu? No. He can't have fangs. He's not allowed to have fangs. He's too young. He's too young to have fangs, but he does have a small cheesy mustache, of course. We all had cheesy mustaches at this age. This is what I look like. Whenever I was born. Whenever I was born! I was born with facial hair. I had to shave it off immediately. I was so embarrassed. Now it looks way cuter. No eyebrows for you. Make different lengths, and that you need to make a straight line with a drop at the end. Make a straight line. Straight line. With a drop. Like that. And then you said make different links and then connect them. Yeah, like this. Perfect. And connect them, but how? Like that? Yeah. That looks gross somehow. What is wrong with this? It looks gross. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you suggested? Ew! What is that? What is this? Gross. I don't know what that is. The Earl of Hot Dogs. Yes, we're about to play 5 hot dogs at Frankfurters. It's true. The Earl of Sausage. How are you doing? What topic? Oi. I am gracing y'all's eyes with some doodles before we play some delicious Five Nights at Freddy's. This is the OT one. That's the OT one. This mouth is disgusting. I blame Rosera and only Rosera for this. I could make him have like a stain on his shirt if I knew what I was doing. But I don't. Okay. Those are not the instructions I gave. I am sorry. This is horrible. The Earl of Fortnite. I will play Fortnite with you tonight after the stream if you want to. I will do it. I will do it. This is a double promise. First I promise, now I promise again. Why won't Kirby play his music? Kirby, get out that clarinet. There you go. Let's see. Maybe we could draw a little Kirby in here. There we go. Like that. Flying out of mom's head. Horrible. Let the artist give advice. Give me a minute. No. There'll be no advice. This is already perfect. This is already perfect. No advice necessary. All right. Let's play some Five Nights at Freddy's. I did the drawing, okay? I did what was promised. I fulfilled the contract. Also, I said that I'd stream tonight, and here I am, okay? I've made it happen, gosh darn it. All right, you guys. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be taking off, so I will see you guys on Tuesday, okay? If you're leaving because we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's, number 1, I don't blame you. Number 2, we're going to be back on Tuesday. I gotta take off tomorrow to help a friend out. And I cannot wait to come back and play some more. We're going to play more Pokemon Arceus. Arceus time. Can I say something as an art student? It's perfect. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I poured my heart and soul into that image. Okay, thank goodness it was the right screen. Otherwise, y'all might have seen my reference images. Alchemic, we'll see you later. See you on Tuesday, friendo. Okay, Five Nights at 5 hot dogs at Frankfurters. Let me just put the sweet babies in the corner. Let's all right, here we go. I'm scared already. Let me see. Tonight he said I would. It's true, I really would. As a student of the arts, I vote more mouths. We need more mouths with circular teeth. That's the most I should have drawn Wallace. Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite bits of entertainment. Okay, let me just point that camera a little bit better, just a little bit straighter. All right, we're ready to get back into Fredrickson Fazburger. But how loud is the game? It's very quiet, but we've got to get into the main game. Those are teeth? I thought that they were all gooey. Oh, yeah, all of his clay teeth. Are you telling me that your teeth are made out of clay? How do you eat food then? If they're super hard, doesn't that like break up your food? Are y'all's teeth hard? My teeth are nice and soft so that I can gum my food gently. Y'all aren't telling me that you chew. Doesn't that ruin the texture? Doesn't that just like grind it up into a mashy paste? Yuck. You eat a hamburger and you first turn it into mush and then you eat it? That's gross. I like I like having, you know, all the different textures of the burger. Like, I want the meat to have the texture of meat. I don't want to grind it up. I'm going back into lurk and letting lads screams lull me to sleep. Aw. Die, that's sweet. That's sweet. Get your head deposit. Can I deposit my head in here? Oh, what? Wait a sec. What? Did I have a head? Am I making a robot? Oh no. Okay, so what happened is that we defeated a... Is another head deposit?
Good job. Take the repaired head back to Roxy.
Oh, that's why we were here. That's why we were here. I forgot. I forgot what we were doing here. I got so lost in the giant boss fight that we did that I forgot that we were here to repair a head. Can I take this badge, or is this gonna ruin the game? Let me... Well, I don't need a save. I just logged in. Can I have this? Is this mine? Every time that I've gotten a security badge, it always opened up like a mini game of trying to hide from the... I guess I'm good. I guess we get this badge. Nice. Imagine Earl making fun of our teeth. Making fun of them? I wasn't making fun of them. There's nothing fun about hard teeth. That's not fun. Not good. Not good. I was just reviewing y'all's teeth. And I reviewed them a pretty solid 3 out of 10. Okay, so the big monster that tried to kill us was in here. I guess he's gone. We had to play this game for like an entire hour to beat this boss. But it appears that he's gone. The music's nice and quiet. Somebody said to look where he was. Maybe there's like, maybe he looks different. Maybe he's mad. 100% of fatal accidents involve human beings. Well, I suppose that they do, but... Oh, okay, there's still robots out here. There should be... there's a Chica, and there's also the big alligator guy out here. So I'm not sure what's going on. We beat the boss, and then we didn't go anywhere because it took forever, and I needed to go to sleep. But now we're back in the arcade, you know, playing games. Where's... Chica's supposed to be up here at the top, but I got my pistol in case she tries to cause a ruckus. Oh, I thought I saw her out of the corner of my eye. Chica! Chica, are you still here? Chica, you sure caused a lot of trouble for me earlier. Are you out here? Are you over... Chica? Hello? What about the crocodile? I cannot shoot the crocodile. He is my least favorite of all of the animatronics. Alright, I don't see anybody. We're gonna take a little time skip right here. Oh, God. Okay, well, the game has started. Wonderful. I just get auto spooked by something. Nice. Thanks a lot. Oh, here he is. There he is. Is this Chica? Oh no, that's a stupid crocodile. I can't stop him. He can't be shot. He can't be stopped. Also, hi Tay. Tay. I've got my fancy shirt on. I was actually wearing a earlier I was wearing an Eevee onesie, but it got kind of warm. It got kind of toasty, so I decided to put on some normal clothes. Oh, KP, good night. Off to bed. All right, get some sleep. Get some sleep, KP. It was nice to see you. It was nice to see you for a bit. I hope you enjoyed the doodles. Hope you enjoyed the beautiful doodles. And we will see you later, my friend. I'll be back on Tuesday to play Arceus. How is Arceus? I love it. I'm loving it. Arceus is fantastic. It's you can just like you just hop on a goat right around the world, climb up in a Nezuko basket, catch any Pokemon that you want. We've already found a shiny Pokemon just randomly in the wild. It's super duper fun, and you're free to just run around. There's no like what are they called? There's no random encounters. It basically doesn't force you to do anything if you don't want to do it. I think Chica is here, unfortunately. I don't think that Chica can actually jump off that edge like us. Who sees me? Oh, shoot, dude. How is she behind me? I wish that we had logged off on an easier area. Dude, that scared me. This game is relentless. Just let me get back. Okay, I just beat a boss. Please, please treat me carefully. Please treat me gently. Ugh. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let's repair this head again really quick. Anyway, what I was saying, Arceus, super fun. Definitely recommended. I did say before it was released, I said that either it was going to be my new favorite Pokemon game or it was going to be a nice little detour. And so far, I am leaning towards new favorite. I think it might be my new favorite Pokemon game, but I'm not sure yet. It depends on how it goes, like, late game. Because we only have gotten 3 out of 5 of the, like, movement mechanics. So now we can climb walls, we can run really fast, and we can find treasure. And we can glide on water. So I guess we have 4. But the last one is a glider. And I don't think that we've unlocked the final area either. So there's still a lot to see. There's a lot of Pokemon that I have not encountered. And I'm not sure how the end of the game is going to go. I don't know if it's going to be fun to just, like, grind out entries in the Pokedex. But if they are, that's going to be an instant favorite, I think. If it is fun to, like, grind out those entries, but, I mean, we'll see. We shall see. Only time will tell. I played the game for, like, 40 hours already. So it's already looking pretty good. I think I only played Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee like 40 hours. 40 to 50. So not very many. You beat out that game easy peasy. Okay, this is the boss that we just fought. But look, now he's all friendly. Now he's trying to pretend like he wasn't trying to eat us. He's out here with his piano teeth. Huh? Hello? Oh, that guy. Oh, that guy's over there. Can he see us? I'm confused. Okay, he jumps. Yeah, I just weaved out of the way. We're just gonna leave this area. We're just gonna... Oh, well, I'd love to leave the area if you'd leave me alone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go, let's go. All right, we made it. Oh, that was the boss indicator right there. The achievement just popped. So you had to escape it. You had to actually get out of here. Oi, World of Robbie, how are you doing? Oi, late streams. I apologize. I was playing Valheim with the stream crew. I got suckered into playing Valheim, and then I found iron, and I knew that it had to be smelted. But yes, a little bit of a late stream, little bit of a late one on this one. So we're probably gonna only play for a little while. But I thought a little stream was better than no stream. I wanted to see how you beans were doing. I needed an update on my beans. On my sweet beans. Okay, so we just repaired a robot head. The robot head is supposed to be the autopilot for a racetrack. Because I am too young to drive. Too young to drive, so I have to have an Autobot drive me around the racetrack. And hopefully that's going to kill Roxy. Of course it's not. It's just going to make her more horrifying. Sauroid. Sauroid, how are you doing? I like your name. Hope that you're doing fantastic this evening. It's evening here. It might not be evening where you are. Dang old time zones. Am I allowed to walk over here? I think... Oh, wait. The racetrack's on the... I was already on the correct side. I haven't played this game in a week, and already I'm losing my mind. Is it just me? Or did anybody just realize how short my character was? I think that I've been playing other first-person games, and now I've realized that I can't even peer over this edge. I'm a little teeny tiny child. Why am I so short? Oh my god, I'm the first person to pronounce it right. Souroid. I mean, it looks, I mean, it's just sour and then oid, like android or oidboid. Oidboid is my favorite word. What'd you say, Linz? Beans are good. I had a huge group project due that made me want to rip my hair out. Why didn't you do it? Did you not do it? Are you implying that you did not rip out your hair? Linz, I think you'd look great bald. Why not try it for science? Let me... Could you go away, please? Thanks. I think that this is how you get in. Also, Roxy just spawned behind me. Unfortunately, it... Is this actually... I'm trying to remember how we got to Roxy's Raceway. How did we actually get... Oh, you stink, man. Go away. Is it this way? I don't think it is. Uh-oh.
You can't hide forever.
Look, I'm not trying to hide. I just want to make it to your raceway. I can't remember. Also, Pink Monster, how are you doing? You've got an emote for everything. A little bald baby. Do I still have flippies? Does anybody have BTTV and can show me flippies? I hope that flippies is still there. Let me see. You're pointing out the shortness for the first stream, Kenny. Yeah, I know. I don't like repeating content. I'm not gonna repeat my views from last time, okay? I like to keep things fresh around here, all right? If y'all ever catch me saying the same sentences multiple times in a row, please unsubscribe from the channel. Oh no! I hope that it wraps up soon so that you can save your precious locks. Indeed! Now listen, tearing your hair out because you want to is one thing, but tearing it out because of other people, now that's not what we want. I just want to make him angry. But he's ignoring me. This is... How did we get to... I think I remember some child that was in chat had to explain to me how to get to Roxy's Raceway. There's a child that helped me out last time. But I cannot remember. This ain't right. This ain't even remotely correct, I don't think. This is like the entrance, kinda? Oh, no, this is Rockstar Row. Your Freddy plushie came in and I can't sleep because I'm getting anxious that the circus baby's gonna come to my room. No! Wait a second, who's circus baby? Is circus baby the little creepy clappy hand thing that's in the vents? I don't want anything to do with that thing. We need a youth. A youth short in stature, long in knowledge. Can we get a Markiplier fan in the chat to tell me how to get to Roxy's Raceway? Where am I? Is this new? Am I in an area previously undiscovered by humankind? Likely. This? I mean, it doesn't seem correct, but it might be interesting anyway. You had to use the ramp. And Freddy. Oh, yeah, I had to use the Fred. Yeah. Where is that? Yeah, we used Freddy to slam open a door. Rockstar Row. Okay, so we're close. Let's go around. She's from Sister Location. Sister Location is... Let me see. You said it's Circus Baby. Is this going to close my game? No, it's not. Sweet. Circus Baby. Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, that character. Oh, no. Oh, no, none of that. Immediately finds fan art of the character that's way cuter than the design should be. Yeah, no thank you. Keep Circus Baby away from me, if you don't mind. Please defend me. Please help. Please help. Send help, Sauroid. Sauroid, I think I can hear laughing. Oh, it might be this way. We have to go on like a ramp thing. Glam Rock Beauty Salon. I don't think that is right. Nah, this ain't right, you guys. But yeah, I need to look for that ramp somewhere. It's another part of the lore that got swept under the rug. What? After it was game over? See, this... Yeah, wait a second. I was here before, but... Is it just this way instead? Yeah, look, you just break in. Oh, yeah. Freddy opened this door for us. That's what it was. The Frednator. What a good boy. Let's see. Hang on. Freddy. There you are. There you are, my prince. My prince and shining eyeballs. Oh, wait. No, this is where he smashed. This is where he smashed this fence right here. Kenny, you can get a glow up! Go get yourself a glow up at Sally's animatronic robot salon. Listen, I don't want to get my hair cut by a robot. Freddy, I'm scared. Can you hold my hand? Freddy, back up, please. All right, we're back. Now we've just got to put that head back on there. Who? Oh, yeah, Roxy's here. They're not the worst animatronic to hide from, because you can shoot them in the eyes. You can blast them. Watch this. Hey, sister. Bam! Can I get past her? Nice.
I heard that.
You heard nothing.
You're better than me?
I am better than you. Where are you? Stay away. Stay away. I'm a small child. All right.
Give up.
She has no idea where I am. She has no idea. Her programming never thought that I might hide. Surprise. FNAF time spooky. I know. Independent Oreo, it had to happen. I stayed up late playing a game with somebody else. I'm so sorry for cheating on the stream again. I was playing a different game for a little while, but I knew that most of y'all rely on spooky Sundays. I know that spooky Sundays are what keeps a lot of people going. So I didn't want to just skip it, okay? We're supposed to get Roxy's eyes, it said. I don't want to imagine an eyeless Roxy. It's animated cutscene. So what do you guys think? Coolest new animatronic? Roxy, right? Ah! Oh! No! Why'd they have to make it so visceral? Roxy, no. Whoa! Can we pop him out? Wow. This is why this game is the best Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? Because it's got cinematic cutscenes. Okay? Did we see her death in HD? See this? Oh my god. Why did they make... Oh, I thought that for a second. I thought that was a brain interior mesh that they made, but no. It's just a robot, you guys. It's a kid's game. Don't be silly. Roxy's eyes. I really like the icon. Kids game. Nice. She's dead and buried. Let's somebody get the shovel. Jeez, can you stop cheating on us? And I spend my hard-earned money supporting you, and I will continue to spend my hard-earned Macca's money. Macca money. I thought that they paid you in currency. Listen, we accept Electrum and Macca bucks. I'm so sick of your cheating. I'm packing my bags. Linz, could you stop airing out our dirty laundry on stream?
Who's there?
Ooh.
Why are you hiding from me?
What? How did she hear me? Ah! 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 Ah!
I'm the best!
Ah! How is she sensing me?
I can still hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. I ain't moving. Girl. Look at her tail. Ew. She's yucky, but her feet are kind of normal. Stop crying, Roxy. You're making me feel guilty. I hate.
Everybody still loves me.
I want out. I want out. Let me out. Yeah. Go away. Go away. Go away.
Still here.
Yeah. Stop. I don't know where to go. Ooh. It's whenever she dives. It's because her other senses are heightened. That's what happens when you lose a sense. This is a robot. This is a robot. Why would this change their settings? I don't understand. That does not make any sense. That does not make any sense as far as robots go. Humans, sure. Robots, absolutely not. Do it, babe. This is why you're my number one.
You can't hide forever.
Thanks for opening the door. No, you gotta get her to slam into another wall. Into another wall. Anne's still here. Hello. Anne, did you get to see my cute art earlier? I'm pretty sure you were here. Did you get to see my beautiful art inspired by some of your greatest works? Oh, you saw the cute art of the family. You saw the whole family together. Finally somebody drew all of them together. The internet's been pretty obsessed with drawing Oshawott, but I finally drew the whole family. Look at her, she smashed through. Yeah. See, how does she know where I am when I stay completely still? Roxy, babe.
Why are you hiding from me?
Roxy, can we talk about this, please? Could we just discuss it together? Hello? Can you see?
Are you?
So she can hear me crouching, eh? Also, Human One, how are you doing? Human One is here. Ow. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing great. We're playing a spooky game. Let her smash the wall. Oh, we can walk through here. Nice. She's gonna smack through the into the hiding spot. You can't find me now. Can't find me now. Roxy always makes you feel bad. Yeah, she's kind of sad. She's kind of sad. She's going. It reminds me of. Have y'all seen what's it called? It's The Binding of Isaac. It reminds me of the monsters that go like. Oh, look at her. She's in hell.
Everybody still loves me. Right?
I mean, they still love you, but please, could you stop trying to eat me? That would be great. If we stop the whole eating me thing, then I'm pretty. Oh yeah, we went into that fire area before, didn't we? We could distract her with one of these toys. Are we supposed to make it through the fire or like turn up the gas or what? Are we supposed to make it extra spicy in here so that she burns? I burn, you hold me. Oop, game lagging. Nice. Are you gonna run through the fire? Roxy! It's a distraction for you. Oh, what? How did you catch me? I just distracted you, Roxy. I distracted you. I did my due diligence. I paid my dues. And get some sleep. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful sleep. Go to bed. I will see you in Valheim soon because now that I've got my iron pickaxe, I've got to work on getting my silver so that I can work on getting my wolf cloak, so that I can work on getting my my new bow, so that I can work on beating the boss solo. Those are my plans. Yeah, Roxy can't see no more. Oh, she doesn't look too good. She was just in a minor car accident, Who Does Human One, completely unrelated to me, of course. She was in a minor collision, and by that I mean there was a minor involved with the collision. I'm just gonna hide in here again.
I know you.
Smack that wall, girl. Come on now.
It's just that Gregory stole her eyes. Gregory, steal Roxy's eyes for me. I'm sorry, Gregory. I can't help you anymore. You're on your own. She's lost her eyes, but she's also lost her mind.
What do you say? It's... Greg, how dare you? Also, thank you for the follow, Goppy Axolotl.
Still here.
Do you want me to call you Goopy Axolotl? Or do you want to stick with Goppy? Oh! It's up to you, my friend. But thank you for the follow. No, you can't. I'm not making any sound. I'm not even breathing, just in case. There she is. In the oven. Can't get me. You just got stuck on the wall, you silly Billy. Oh, Goppy is here. You know Goppy? Is Goppy known? To be known. I wonder if she can hear me better whenever I walk. Does it help to crouch? Oh my god, please go away. She can hear me. She can hear me. Okay, I think we can make it. I think we can make it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, there's a vent. There's a vent. Red sus. Red sus. Red sus. Oh, your friends? You mod for them? Nice. Well, nice to meet you, Goppy Axolotl. Thanks for popping over. We're friends with we've got a mutual friend. Independent Oreo. Maybe I can give them a follow. In just a second after we escape. After we escape Roxanne. Guess
Why are you hiding from me?
I'm not hiding. I just left. It's totally different. I guess she can't see whether or not we left, huh? Sorry, Roxy. I kind of feel bad about stealing your eyes, but Fred's gonna be happy. Freddy, where are you? Fred? Freddy, is that you? Freddy? Freddy, I can see you behind the door, but you're not allowed in. Freddy. Why do you look like that? Why do you look so suspicious and shifty-eyed, huh? Did you do something? Fred, I'm just gonna leave you here, and we'll talk about this later, okay?
Father? Gregory, I am not your father. I'm sorry that your father is dead, Gregory, but I can't stand in for him. I'm an animatronic. Gregory, I don't have any children. I'm sterile. Let's see. Gregory, I'm confused and afraid.
Wait. Also, Shiny, how are you doing? Yeah. Welcome to Five Nights at Fredericksburger. I love the little, oh, whoops. Can't get through the door, then he busts it down. He's like,
Yeah, Gregory, there's a door on the way.
boom!
I'm here, Gregory.
I just hope that the robots are... No, let me go! I should make a Five Nights at Freddy's soundboard thing. Because this does have, like, Megaphone, Robot, Hardtune, FX. I could probably make it, like, a little bit robot-y, just a tiny bit. Add a little bit of echo to it. I could make a Freddy voice. Just to enhance it. So we've got Roxy's eyes, but we still don't have a party pass, I think. Right? We're still short one party pass. It says access the... We've already done Chica's beak. Find out how to decommission money. Use the party pass. Yeah, but I think I still don't have a party pass. Survive until Freddy shuts down the alarm. This is still bugged. That's great. We still got a bugged mission. I think it's gonna be fine, though. You know, what's one bugged mission here or there? I guess we'll save, and... I'm pretty sure I don't have a party pass. Or another one, anyway. So you got photo pass, dance pass, staff only. Oh, wait, no. Pickup pass, backstage pass. Yeah, I don't think that we have it. Maybe, we need to install the eyes. We'll install the eyes first, and then maybe they'll give us some information about how to get the next party pass. Okay. We got to go back down to robot maintenance, which is behind the stage, I think. So we'll go down, we'll give Freddy some new eyes. Papa's getting a new pair of eyes.
Gregory, I am your favorite animatronic, right?
I don't know. I mean, you're pretty great.
Gregory, you have to give me an answer. I have to know. It's part of my programming. I'm sorry, Gregory, but if I can't be your favorite animatronic, you can't be my favorite child.
So what?
Any child that's not my favorite has to die.
Freddy, what are you doing with that crowbar?
I'm sorry, Gregory.
I'm sure that bug won't have any effect on the game. Oh, certainly not. It's not like they would leave any major bugs in the game. No, not a chance. This is a professionally made game. This is a game that retails for $40. There obviously can't be any issues with it. Oh yes. To the back of the stage. Though I suppose, is Roxy gonna be on here? Can I still shoot Roxy even if she doesn't have any eyes? Is that considered animal cruelty? I'm guessing not. Also, I don't think that the Geneva Convention is watching. Geneva? Holds fast blaster gun to Gregory's head.
I need an answer, Gregory.
And he's like, don't shoot that in my eyes. That can cause eye damage.
And he's like, don't make me have to do this, Gregory. Just give me an answer.
He shoots him in the leg with the laser gun, and he's like, oh wait, that doesn't hurt.
Oh, I forgot you weren't an animatronic, Gregory. I guess I've got nothing on you.
One time, while we were going up, there was an animatronic that peeked over this edge. And I gotta say, now I'm always checking. Because it happened one time. And that's another great example of this game creating atmosphere in a really smart way. Because it didn't jump scare you, and you didn't have to look at it. But if you saw it, every time you ride on that elevator, you're gonna be looking for it. Just in case. That, my friends, is how you build atmosphere organically. Ooh, charger. That's what I need. I'm running out of juice.
It's not personal, Gregory. It's just robot business.
I don't want anything to do with this robot business. I like that we all agreed that Gregory won't lie and tell Freddy that he's his favorite. No, Gregory is a real pain in the neck. Gregory will tell you the truth. That thing's deactivated, right? This is my least favorite. It's my least favorite type of animatronic in this entire game. By far. I hate them so much. Yeah, they totally haven't overdone the jump scares. Well, overdone.
To parts and service.
Ocular upgrades. Let's give them some new eyes. Let's hope we don't get jump scared again on this part. Y'all remember how I kept failing this part? Let's go save again. We're gonna save one more time because last upgrade that I gave to Freddy, I failed a bunch of times. No! No saving! Gregory does seem like one of those brutally honest kids. Yeah, the kids that will say something nonchalantly that cuts you straight down to the core. Oh, you're old. All right, buddy. You ready?
Begin by removing Freddy's
we need to listen very carefully.
Press Freddy's nose to remove skull housing.
Okay, press Freddy's nose. Hopefully something that no child did accidentally.
Carefully detach the ocular connectors.
I'm smart. I can do this. See? I passed through high school. Click on the eyes to take them out of his face. I'm kind of scared as to what these eyes are going to look like. Okay, I'm clicking them right in the middle of the pupil.
Great. Plug the replacement eyes
Great.
into the open eye sockets.
He's great. He's horrifying. Click on the eyes to put them into Freddy's face. Okay, right here. Okay, all right.
Well done.
They look normal.
Reattach the ocular connector wires.
You look great.
It is time to close the faceplate.
All right, buddy. You look great.
Commence testing phase.
Oh, it looks normal. I thought it'd be scarier. Just barely moves his eyes. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, we did it. Woof, we did it. The all-knowing cheese. Random guy I found. Do you like cheese? I'm lactose intolerant. Please, no. Please keep the, please. I am allergic to milk. The all-knowing cheese. Listen, I will bow down to you. I will call you my new master, you know. I will treat you like a god. Just please do not feed me cheese. The all-knowing cheese, please. I am allergic. Lactose intolerance is merely a suggestion. Oh, but listen. That is true. Lactose intolerance is merely a suggestion. I'm allergic to milk. I have a milk protein allergy. It's quite different. I'm scared.
I'm having a hard time adjusting. You look different to me.
Oh, thank
I
you.
can see movement through the walls.
Oh, sorry. No, don't worry.
Roxy can
Don't
see
worry.
through
Don't be
walls.
sorry.
Is
I
it
just thought that it was
Roxy's
funny.
eyes?
Well, yeah.
I thought it was funny.
There was
And
an
no,
accident
I
in
will
the
not
basement.
die if you give
Is
me
she
cheese.
okay?
Well, nothing seems to stop her.
What do you think now, buddy? Your eyes work better? Hang on. Roxy's eyes. Use Roxy's eyes to see things no one else can. What?
Good news. If I cannot see.
I cannot see. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Get inside the suit.
Amazing. There are wondrous.
Oh, they're
colors
forcing
and
me into the
objects
suit. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Hey, Eclectic Sapphire. What are you doing? Thank you for the raid. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. Hi there. We just got Roxy's eyes. Daniel, welcome to the chat. Hi there, Uniapeg? Is that how to say your name? Hi there. Thanks for popping in with Eclectic Sapphire. Sapphire, what were you playing? You were playing... Oh, no. What were you playing? I'll be able to see it in a second. Linz, can we get a shout out for Eclectic Sapphire? Hello, what's up? Hi there. Anybody that doesn't know me, my name's Earl of Suds. I'm playing some spooky games right now. You were dancing? Oh, fancy. That's awesome. That is awesome sauce. I hope that your dancing was fantastic. If you need to go get some water, please get yourself some water, for goodness sake. Or some food if you're hungry. But thank you so much for the raid. Hi there, everybody.
Existed.
My name's the Earl of Suds. I normally play nice, relaxing games, but every Sunday I decide to do a spicier game, a scarier game. We'll be playing Arceus back. We'll be back to Arceus on Tuesday, okay? I promise. Pokemon Arceus has been the game that I'm mostly playing, but now... Use an exit to escape the Pizzaplex, but be warned, recharge stations are offline and they won't protect you? So is the game over? Did I win? What? Food is definitely the plan. Hey, well, go get yourself some food. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for dropping your friends in my chat. I appreciate it. I will take good care of them. With the eyes, you can see gifts and stuff. Ooh, that is good. But they're forcing me to go to the exit? Yeah, because I can see the gifts. Look, there's like, there's pink gifts. So that's probably why they wouldn't let me save, hey? Can I still open the gifts while in the suit? I guess not. So I could go searching for all the goodies, right? Can I smack this wall? I want to break it. Hey, I don't know what happens now. At this hour? Doesn't that Moon Man come and get me? You can get different endings? Oh, dear. Thank you for the shout-out, Lens. Okay, so what am I doing? Am I safe right now? Am I safe? Am I fine? Is this okay? If you don't go to the exit, you will be caught. Oh, okay. I can't save, that's for sure. Oh, dang. So I'm supposed to race there? I'm going to die? Die? What do you mean, die? Okay, I think I remember the fast way to get back. Don't you just go... You go through one of these rooms? But these are all... Are these all green or all red? Let's try to go to the Fazbear, man. Let's go to Mr. McFazbear's room. Yeah, I don't think that we have time for this nonsense. How am I supposed to... If all these doors are locked, how am I possibly supposed to make it up there? I think I heard something behind us. What is that? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna run out of power, and I don't see any of these doors being open. Look, they all have the same color, I think. How am I supposed to leave? Was I supposed to go back the same way? We might have to reinstall these eyes, but I just want to understand how to escape. I can't recharge. I'm gonna get crushed by Freddy.
It's past your
Shoot, there he is. Hi there. Hey, buddy. Go to Roxy's elevator. That's open? Roxy's is? But all the colors look the same. I think we're gonna get eaten. Hey, buddy. Thanks for being here. Oh, it does kind of look different, don't it? It does. Yeah, we're definitely gonna run out of time, but whatever. That's all right. Yo, Freddy, can you hit that button for me, bub? I'll get it. I'll get it. Don't worry. Don't worry, Freddy. Hey, he's always watching over me. Also, Blue Jay, what's up? How are you doing? Did he just jump scare me through the elevator door? Did he get me through a solid object? Okay, I think that's what he just did. I'm pretty sure. Where's my cursor? You can barely see it. Great. Like I said, listen, that was a completely different scenario than what you explained. That was him jump scaring me through the lift door. Does he kill you exactly at 6 no matter what happens? Don't make me do the eyeball thing again. Don't make me do that. Please, could you have auto-saved? Oh my god. What? Oh. Okay, we gotta walk back down there. Great. Okay, this time we're gonna save closer. And we're gonna let the game explode, I guess. Yeah, we'll be able to take the speedy way out. Once it turns 6, you will die. What about if you're in the, Oh, look, she is out here.
My hair. I know.
That does not stun her anymore. That is too bad. Doors are just fancy air that's meant to look nice, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, all atoms have space in between them, and some magical creatures exactly like that moon, they can slip in between those little holes between the atoms. If you think about it, everything, no matter how solid it seems, is actually just made up of a bunch of holes. There's as much anti-space as there is space, of course. No matter what, even if I'm in the suit, he's like, hop out of the suit, kid! Sorry, 6 a.m. And then, Then Freddy eats me. Hi there. I just woke up after like 4 hours of sleep and I can't fall asleep again. Oh no. Blue Jay. There's only one surefire way to make sure that you can get to sleep. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Number 1 most relaxing. I'm glad that you got some sleep. Hi, doors are just fancy air. 10, good morning. How are you doing? Good morning. Coffee time. Nice. 10, it's good to see you. I hope you've been well. We're doing a little bit of Five Nights at Freaky's.
You may now enter the protective cylinder.
5
Let's begin.
Frankfurters. Okay, we're not allowed to speed run. No speed running allowed, you guys. So stop asking me to do it. Don't ask me to speed run any more games. Also, thank you for the follow, Daridum. Daridum. I am trying my best to defeat Five Nights at Freddy's. This game rewards you for suffering through everything by letting you save. Rewards you for suffering by everything by letting you save? This game rewards you for playing by forcing you to retread a lot of ground. But what's the point of having Roxy's eyes if you can't even go like searching around for stuff, right? Who's behind me? Freddy? Oh, Freddy! Freddy, what are you... Teleports behind you. Freddy! Freddy, what are you... Freddy, for the love of God. for the love of Pete. Why would you do this? Alright. I don't know what's making you teleport around, but I'm just gonna click this button. I am easy to scare. It's a good thing that I'm watching this during the daytime for me. Yeah! Exactly. It's the best time to watch this. I appreciate you not giving me spoilers, the all-knowing cheese. Thank you.
Press Freddy's nose to remove skull housing.
Love the detail that on Freddy makes it more fun the closer you get to the end of the game. Yeah, the little details that change throughout the game. I do too. Wait, what? What was the first color? Was it red? What was the first color? It went so fast. Red, blue, yellow. Yellow, right? Yellow or green? I think it was yellow. I think it was yellow. Oh, okay. No, I was wrong. I waited for a second to see if somebody... I didn't know that it was going to give me the pattern so fast. No! Stupid. It just started. No, it didn't give me any time. I wasn't ready. Freddy, give me some warning, all right? Freddy, please.
Gregory, where are you? Gregory, I can't find you. Where are you? Gregory.
I'll give you your eyes, okay? I was gonna clip it and check the color. He wasn't ready. Yeah, I was afraid that he was gonna actually... I wouldn't be surprised in this game if you take too long that he just pops out at you.
Let's begin by removing Freddy's
where are you
face.
running?
Press Freddy's nose to remove skull housing.
All right. Press Freddy's nose.
Carefully detach the ocular connectors.
Do not boop the snoot. See how fast they started? That's so rude. And if you misclick, he freaks out, dude. They got the eyes. They got the eyes! You need to go. You have seminars until Friday. Can't stay long. Have a lovely stream. 10, good luck with the seminars. Hey. We'll see you later. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Much love. 10, we'll see you later. Good luck, good luck. I hope that this
Well
week goes
done.
well for you, my
Reattach
friend.
the ocular connector wires.
You love how the entire building shakes when Freddy runs? What? It wasn't that one? God dang it! Okay, I can't look at chat. I cannot look at chat anymore. I am totally distracted by you guys. Y'all are totally distracting me. Much love, Tin. It starts so fast. I knew that it was red, but I guess there's 2 reds. Oh my gosh, this is torturous. This is torturous gameplay. Listen, I am sorry. I am trying.
Welcome to parts and preparing for upgrade procedure.
Welcome to
may
parts
now
and
enter
preparing
the
for
protective
upgrade
cylinder.
procedure. All right, this time we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him fixed.
Let's begin by removing Freddy's face.
Don't
Press
click.
Freddy's nose to remove skull housing. Carefully detach
Freddy
the
is so
ocular
brave for
connectors.
letting a random child rip out his eyes and replace them with. Why does it start so fast? Is it green, red, yellow? Green, red, yellow. Lens. Lens, when are you gonna stop the lies? When do the lies stop and the friendship starts? Lens. Just update me. Just tell me when you're planning on stopping the lies. Okay. Let's do this without Lens's help. And without your help too, Freddy, you can stay back there.
Welcome to parts and service.
All right, this
preparing
time
for
I'm gonna pay
upgrade
attention.
procedure. You may now enter the protective
I was
cylinder.
right. Why y'all booing me? I'm right.
Let's begin
Me
by
thinks
removing
there's a
Freddy's
sabotage
face.
afoot
Press
indeed.
Freddy's
So
nose
they're
to
hacking into
remove
my
skull
game.
housing.
They're hacking into my game. Mad Hater? That's not Mad Hatter. That's Mad Hater. Mad Hater, thank you for the follow.
Carefully detach the ocular connectors.
See, I was paying attention this time. Well, that's easy enough. All I have to do is be looking at it.
Great. Plug the replacement eyes into the open eye sockets.
Open eye sockets. Here we go.
Well done. Reattach the ocular connector wires.
I got this. Easy.
It is time to close the faceplate.
Ta-da!
Commence testing phase.
Freddy looks great. Oh no. This again. Da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, what a challenge. See, developers, this is why you don't make things 100% random. This is why you don't allow the random number generator to control everything. You have to put parameters on it. Always use random underscore range, not just random. Dun, 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 dun. Fluffy Giraffe, how are you doing? Oi, oi, oi! Fluffy Giraffe, I hope you are well. He looks great. Ooh. Fantastic. Finish the upgrades. All
How
right.
are your new eyes?
I am having a hard time adjusting. You look different to me.
Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna save some time if
See
you don't mind.
movement through the walls.
Really? I didn't know Roxy could see through walls.
These are Roxy's eyes?
Well,
These are
yeah.
Roxy's eyes?
There was an accident in the raceway.
Is she okay?
She's doing great.
Nothing seems to stop her.
Is she okay?
Good news. It is almost 6 o'clock.
Great, let's get out of here!
It's safe now if you find an exit. But hurry.
Come on!
The daycare attendant is loose one last
Callie, what's up? Callie's here. Watch out for robots. They've got some killer moves.
time.
Ooh.
These are amazing. There are wondrous
Callie,
colors
how
and
are you
objects I never knew
doing?
existed. Nothing can hide
I
from
wish
me
that
now.
Freddy could push buttons. Come on, let's click that button, buddy. Let's get out of here. Come on. Press the goddamn button. Here we go.
What? You stole my friend's eyes?
Looks like a party in here. No bits for TTS. No, TTS is text to speech, Tay. We're not letting that through. All right, to the exit. TTS stands for text to speech. Come on, Tay. Tay, you rascal. All right, I think the exit's this way. I know you were reading it, Linz, and you were trying to decide what to do. I'll help you out. Don't worry. Is this how you get out? Feels like an exit, man. I don't remember how to get out of here. Okay, to the exit. Well, I think we're almost there. Oh yeah, this is it. This is how you get free, man. Yeah. This is... Yep, I totally remember this area. Thank goodness, we're almost there. There is no escape, Fluffy Giraffe. Don't tell me that. Give me some hope. Oh, crap. This ain't right. This is not where I thought I was. Oh, no. How do I get back to the beginning? Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, no. We can't get out. There is no escape. You're right. I don't remember where the... I don't remember the quick ways through here. Oh, no. Isn't there doors over here? Oh, great. They're gonna get us. Oh, this is Monty's Golf! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It'd be great if you had a map. It'd be great if we had a functional map. You're right. We're gonna have to do that mini game every time. I mean, this is the general way to get out of here, but... Isn't it on, like, another level? That's out of order. That's out of order. Isn't there a shortcut through this area? I thought that there was a shortcut. Am I gonna have to go do some map discovering before we start this part? Yeah, this is right? It's probably just a super slow way of doing it. Okay, we're toast. We're toast. 556. We're toast. This goes down, don't it? Oh no. Freddy, you and me. I think that this is the end, my friend. Thanks so much for everything that you did for me, buddy. Thanks so much for trying, but I'm afraid that we've reached our final destination, Fredster. We tried to find a way out, but I guess that's part of why they won't let you save, hey? Also, we are not moving. Cause I can see the stuff through the wall. You can see that. Oh dang, yep, we went down. We went down to the basement.
I'm sorry, Gregory.
No, not there. Yes, not here. This is the basement. I thought that this would lead somewhere else. But it didn't. And now we're dead.
The final destination is a destination to madness.
I am curious how we die whenever we're in the suit, though. Does it just kick me out of the suit first? Is that what happens? Do I get kicked out? Oh boy. This is the end, my friends. What's that noise? Oh, that's what happens. He just jump scares you from behind, of course, and you don't even see it. Okay, great. All right, we're gonna have to figure out how to get out of here.
And Gregory and Freddy were together until the end.
Isn't that so sweet? Also, Mushroom Gal, how are you doing? What's up? I made it. We're doing a short stream. A short stream. Mushroom. Sweet, sweet friendo mushroom. Let's look at the map first. Yep, he just kills you. When in doubt, just kill Gregory. I live by the same code. Okay, let's look at the map. Try to figure this out. So, behind me, you can go here and stairs. So, we're on basement number 2. Number 2, if we went up the stairs, then we could make it back up to the ground floor. Let's check where this leads. Check where the lift goes. 'Cause this game is cryptic as heck. Is this the lift? Oh, I don't want to go through these guys again. This ain't right. This ain't right. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I can feel it. Oh, this is not the way out. Where's the stairs? Thank you for the follow, the all-knowing cheese. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you've been enjoying my questionable gameplay. How's the new Pokemon game? It's so much fun. It's so good. I'm really enjoying it. We've played it for like 40 hours on stream already, and I can't wait to play it again on Tuesday. We're playing it again. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Seems like the slower way. This at least would send us to the lobby. So we'd go straight to the lobby, right there on the stage. We gotta get to level 1. One of the ways up is through an elevator, right? So we gotta go up. Last time we went down to the basement because I didn't realize what was going on. But where is the main area? Here's the daycare. Here's the exit. Is the exit on level 1? Is that level 1 up there? No, no. It is. I have played it. Oh, what, the Pokemon game? You played the Pokemon game? It is very fun. Let's see. Maybe we've got to figure out our route first. Let's go through Roxy's door while we have a little bit of time. Figure out the route to get out of here. I am pretty darn sure that there's a fast way to get to the main area. Straight from this, like, meet and greet spot. So this goes to where all their rooms are. You can do meet and greets here. Pretty sure that it connects to the exit. I just can't remember where it is. It's been a while since I went over there. Also, I love confirmation that we're not actually moving in this elevator. I'm sure it just teleports us straight up there. Oh, the other way, of course. Alright. Let's figure out where the exit is. Night Guard might be out here. Let's try this way. Freddy door, utility tunnels, staff only. Probably not that. Freddy can't get through here, so he can't do that. Requires Freddy. So maybe this is this a shortcut that I can't use? Utility tunnels, staff only. Why is staff, why does it have periods after it? Super tough. Association of Freddy Fazbears. What are your scary sounds? What does that mean? Is this a faster way? Is this a route? Nah. This leads to the sound stage. Yeah, that's the sound stage. Oh no, he knows the secrets of the elevator. Yeah, the teleporting elevator. This is the unopenable door. You're never level 10. Or at least somebody told me that, and I believed him. Stage controls, it's not that. So it really, you can go through here. Out of order. Everything's out of order these days. Chica of the sea. Think. Yeah, that's what Pooh Bear would say. Yeah, I remember part of the exit is in, yeah, the atrium on the second floor, just like you're saying. I just could have swore that there was a faster way to get there. But then again, I also remember one of the exits only working at the beginning of the game. And that actually is kind of loud, Samurai Georgie. Georgie. How dare you? Okay, so then you're just a robot, right? Just a silly old robot. No need to be scared of robots, right? You just run this way. Also, we just need to make sure that we don't save, and then I can just quit and we'll teleport back. Can't get level 10 unless you cheat. I don't want to cheat. Not for the first time, anyway. Yeah, so this is the exit. This is how you escape Five Nights at Freddy's. This is how you end 5 hot dogs at Frankfurters. This still seems like a pretty dang tight path. You gotta go quick. Paramount Knight, what's up? We're about to win this game. Spoiler alert. Are we gonna win? You bet we are. You bet we are. I'm just practicing the route, see where we can go. Okay, so what I'm guessing is that I know another route. It's just that Freddy can't go on the route. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Is that we're gonna make it over there, and I'm gonna go, oh, Freddy can't get through here. That's what's the problem. See, this way over here. I remember this is the route that you take to initially go into this room, and I think that this is the door that won't open enough for Fred. So I feel like it's possible that you could make like a cheeky teleport or something, but not sure if you could make Freddy teleport through doors like that. Oh, this may be blocked off now because of what we've already done. Yep. I think we got trapped one time here by the bunny. That's why I remember this area. I think that the bunny caught us because I thought that I could get out of here. Yeah, well, this was a way in here, but I guess we can't use it anymore. Well, now we know the way to go with Fred. I guess we can just really quick quit. And we'll go back. So that I don't have to walk all the way there again. Ta-da! Teleporting Gregory.
Gregory, how did you get here so fast? You were gone for so long, and I saw you on the map up there.
What do you mean? You have a working map?
No. It's not like there's only one working map for this entire place. Your map is perfectly functional, Gregory.
But why aren't any of my, why aren't my objectives marked on the map?
Oh, Gregory, all the maps are like that. This is a video game, Gregory. We can't tell you where anything is. You've got to figure it out for yourself. That's the joy of discovery.
Welcome to Parts and Service.
All right, now this time, nobody distract me. Luffy, how are you doing? Luffy Gassen, it's good to see you. Luffy, it's Nunnies here. What's up? Late night streamies.
Let's begin by removing Freddy's face.
I was
Press
late,
Freddy's nose to remove skull
but here
housing.
we are. About to beat Freddy Fazbear.
Carefully detach the ocular connectors.
Scared for my life. Was it yellow or red? I think it was red, right? Right? Red next? Right? Pretty sure it's red. Yes. I'm a god at this game. Easy.
Great. Plug the replacement eyes into the open eye sockets.
All right, pop them in.
Well done. Reattach the ocular connector wires.
Easy enough. Of course. How could it be anything else?
It is time to close the faceplate. Commence testing phase.
All right, here we go. Let's hope it's all one button again. All right, Fredburger. Blue. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. We did it! We've done it again. All right, this time we know how to get out. Gregory will be freed. Free Gregory Simulator. Let's go.
How are your new eyes?
I am having a hard time adjusting.
I hurt
You look
constantly.
different to me. I can see movement through the walls.
Yeah, all right.
Really? I didn't know Roxy could see
Let's
through
go,
walls.
Gregory.
These are Roxy's eyes?
Well, yeah.
Can't believe that we stole
There was
Roxy's.
an accident
huh?
in the raceway.
Is she okay?
Let me out.
Well,
Thank you.
nothing seems to stop her.
Escape, escape. Open the door. Open the door.
Gregory, good news. It is almost 6 o'clock. You will be
Gregory.
safe now if you find an exit. But hurry, the daycare
Silence.
attendant is loose one last time.
Let's go. All right. All right, you better kick it into high gear, Buster. We got to get out of here.
Amazing.
Open the door. Open the
There
door.
are wondrous colors and objects I never knew existed.
Okay.
Nothing can hide from me now.
Speed run. Press button. Ooh, let the moon out. Who? How did Freddy get so dirty? Like how we have just been running around, right? Well, he made it outside for a little while. For a little while, he made it outdoors, and he was rolling around in the dirt. You know, Freddy has fun. Look, see? We're not moving. We're not moving. Wouldn't they encounter that in the testing phase like immediately? I guess the developers didn't play this part. That's okay. It's not horrible or anything, it's just funny. Nothing except the exits can hide from Freddy. He's like, how do I get out of here? Bold of you to assume that they tested it. Well, I mean, maybe they did see it and they were just like, well, not worth the, oh my god, where am I? What the, hey? What? Oh my gosh, now we're gonna die. Now we're gonna die because I messed up. That's my fault.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry, Gregory. I made a wrong turn. Now you'll have to die.
Oh no, I don't know what time it is, but I think that we're in big trouble now. You're in trouble now. All right, Moon Man. I don't know when you're coming for me, but... Alright, 5:54. We don't have time for this. That's a prize counter. Nice. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed. Straight to the prize counter. Come on. Full speed ahead, Fred. Don't slow down for anybody. Come on, Freddy. Kick it into high gear. Can you run? No, you can't. Come on. Come on, Freddy, please. Come on, put your back into it. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if this ride's fast enough, period. Come on, Freddy.
Hey,
Come.
little man. Do you know what time it is? The doors are open. Why are you still here?
What?
You plan on moving in, or you just want a job?
Is that
Join the internship
is that
program.
Freddy talking?
You would make a great security guard.
I don't want to work here.
I think you deserve a reward.
Go
check
check
the
the
main
main
stage.
stage. What? A reward? Hang on, that's Pog. Hang on. She said a reward. Did we earn a reward? Oh boy, we gotta go back down. Let's go get our reward, everybody. I'm so excited. There's the exit just over there, but first, we gotta go get our reward. Alright, what did we win? Hope we have time to get to see it. Okay, when do we teleport? Right then, that's when you teleport. Alright. Come on, Vanessa. Also, Nardavel, I hope that you're doing well. Hiya. Where's my reward? Ding ding. The main stage for our reward. So excited. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Lupus, what's up? Have you been playing Arceus?
Past your bed.
Oi, Lupus!
Hair is ruined.
My reward. What do we get? I worked so hard. Hello? I'm here. What? Where's my reward? Hey! What was that? What was that? No, is that just totally a trick? You have completed your side quest. You're funny. You get the golden cheese. Give the power throw the cheese to stun opponents. There was a side quest? I didn't even know that there was a side quest. The reward is only a lie? That's annoying. I thought that it would at least have like, I thought that there'd be like a present just sitting there at the, I thought there'd just be a present there and you can't even open it or something. Did she just literally say, go to this stage, and if you go to this stage, you don't have time to escape? That's kind of dumb. Kerbo the Duck Whisperer. Chuck E. Cheese looks very interesting. Yeah. Chuck E. Cheese Simulator. Is this the first time that you've gotten to see it? Yeah. I'm gonna summon Chucky. Oh, wait. Wrong animatronic, my bad. I'm sorry, Kerbo. I tried. All we wanted Chuck E. Cheese, and all we got was this bear. Congrats, you died, but with confetti this time. I didn't see any confetti. If there was confetti, I'd be fine with it. All right, now nobody's gonna be able to stop me from beating this. This time, we're not listening to Vanessa. We're going straight to the exit. I can't believe that the word is the reward is really a lie. That is so stinky. But thankfully, I did unlock a small side quest where I get to throw cheese, so we should be able to win.
Carefully detach the ocular connectors.
We'll just, oh my gosh, it starts so fast, so rude. I was trying to keep up with, like, we warned you, kinda. No, not really. If you think about it, you really didn't warn me.
Plug the replacement eyes into the open eye sockets.
Look at the nice wait time that it does for the plugins.
Well done. Reattach the
Watch this
ocular
nice wait.
connector wires.
It waits a beat so that you can get ready, unlike the first one.
It is
Easy.
time to close the faceplate.
Close it up.
Commence testing phase.
Okay, we're gonna test out his eyeballs, make sure that they're working, because we're gonna need them in a minute. Beam. Beam bump. Beam bump boom. Beam bump boom bump. Beam bump boom bump bump. Beam bump boom bump bump. Beam bump boom bump bump bump. Hey, we did it! Alright, now we've got this, Freddy. You and me. Time to escape. Me and my robot, a boy and his dog. Tale as old as time. Finish it up.
How are you?
Let him loose.
I am having a hard time adjusting.
Alright, Fred. Let's do this thing.
Different to me.
I knew it was a trap and I hinted it, but I didn't want to be a party pooper. Listen, even if you told me what to do, I still would have been stupid.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for the follow,
There was an
Kerbo Duck
accident in the
Whisperer.
raceway.
Is she okay?
Well, nothing seems to stop her.
Alright,
Gregory,
are
good news.
we ready to go?
It's almost 6 o'clock.
Good news.
Be safe
You're
now.
gonna be
Find
murdered.
an exit. But hurry. The daycare attendant is loose one last
Good
time.
news. There's no way you're going to make it out. Good news. Gregory, you get to live here forever.
These are amazing.
Get to the recharge
There are
station. The
wondrous
what?
colors and objects I never knew existed.
There is no
Nothing
recharge
can hide from me
station.
now.
Is she okay?
Greg is ruthless. I ripped her eyes out.
Oh no, not Roxy's eyes. What is she gonna see with?
I don't know. She was in a minor collision.
She's blind and after my head.
Wait, what? What are we quoting here? Are we quoting The Witcher? I've never seen that show. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get out of here. Speedrun strats. Here we go. Speedrun strats. Right along the edge. Alright, we're gonna cut right through. This time, no time wasted. Automods watching our language like we're in preschool here. Yeah, it do be like that for now. Alright, speedrun, speedrun. That's right, cutting corners. You just made it up, not a quote? Nice. Kerbo, your words are so good that they sound like they were professionally written.
Gregory, I understand that we need her eyes, but did you have to tear off her entire head?
I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to get the eyes out, so I thought I'd just make it easier.
I don't like that she's still breathing. She's smiling. Is this all part of her plan?
This time, ain't nobody gonna fool me. Nobody in the whole world's gonna fool me. Let's go. Up we go. Kirby is my favorite character from Nintendo. Ooh, are you excited for the new Kirby game then?
Hey, little man. Do you know what time it is? The doors are open. Why are
The
you
doors
still
are
here?
open. Oh my
You plan on
god.
moving in, or you just want a job?
I don't want a job. I'm not moving in. Get out of here, Vanessa. Get out.
Gregor,
Come on. Your
I
words
think
are
you deserve
invalid.
a reward.
I do like
Go
that his
check the main
eyes.
stage.
The main stage. I do like his eyeballs moving as you walk back and forth. Have we teleported yet? Yep, we already teleported. We're here. Guess everything's got to be this direction, eh? 'Cause that's where all the gifts are. Open up. Exit time.
It's past your bedtime.
Get out of here, you rascal. I'm not going to bed. I'm leaving. Come back soon. Not likely.
Children must be found.
What? Why did I get kicked out?
Freddy, it's open. Let's go.
I'm sorry.
I cannot exit this facility.
Of course you can. Come on. We can hide you somewhere.
Without a recharge station, my systems would shut down within an hour. It is a safety precaution. It is my design. This is where I must stay. Do not return. It will never be safe. I will miss you.
Freddy, if I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yes, I am afraid that is correct. Gregory, you have a
What?
choice to make.
You get to
The door
choose?
is open, and you can go. Or you can continue to investigate the secrets of the Pizzaplex. I feel there is something else going on besides Vanny.
Warning, save stations will no longer be available if you stay. If Gregory is caught, it's game over? What? If you get caught, it's over? Yeah, no saves. Ooh. Secrets to uncover? I don't think that I can deny that. No saves allowed from now forward. If Gregory gets caught, he dies. He gets strung up by his pull string.
You are
Give party pass to staff bots to unlock things in the Pizzaplex. Oh, snap, baby. Oh, snap. If we're caught, we're dead.
staying? I am glad. Here, I found this party pass.
Party pass.
There are
That's what
areas
I
we have
needed.
not
Let's get the camera.
investigated. Lead the way, superstar.
Superstar. Aw. Freddy, you shouldn't have. Actually, please don't ever say that again. So you stay here? You gonna stay here, buddy? All right, let's go get the Faz camera. Freddy, stop. I don't want to ride. Freddy, please. Freddy, stay over there. Freddy, please. Oh my God, how many times do I have to tell you? Stop. All right, we're just gonna leave him back there. The Faz cam is OP. Yeah, I got the Faz blaster, which is pretty OP as well. I actually ended up really needing this thing. This game makes no sense. The disappearances are never mentioned before this point. Yeah, it seems like they're just assuming that you already know about this place. I don't think that it's a great standalone game, but... Why didn't he run like that when you had to get out by 6? Exactly. Also, what happened to the moon right as we're getting out of here? Yes, the moon is totally chill with me walking around now. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for being so understanding. I just can't get caught, but we haven't been caught a single time this evening, so should be easy enough. Now we can go to Crocodile Golf. Which, if I remember, moon clocks out at 6:01. Yep, we stood across the barrier for 1 minute, and that was enough. Said that there's a glitch that allows you to save. I don't know if you want to use it. Maybe not. Let's not. We're gonna try to play it straight. We're gonna try to play it legit. Who knows? Maybe we'll play this game again. Maybe we'll try to speedrun it or something. How did I never see this art? This is my favorite art of Roxy now. You might change your mind later, though. Wait, what? What do you mean? What's about to happen? Something horrible about to happen? Let's party. Gator Golf. I've already been here before, though, because I tried doing this first. Take this ticket, old robot, old boy. I don't remember how to do this part, unfortunately. I don't think I ever figured it out. You will never see your moom again. No, my moom! My sweet, sweet moom. She took such good care of me while I was in her womb. My moom's womb. It's quite a bit scarier. What? The moon only looks around for you around the end of each hour. Not sure about after 6 though. How does it get harder? It's still the same game, right? Gator Boy scares you. Gator Boy scares me too. Especially since you can't shoot him in the face like everyone else. Alright, let's save. Just kidding, can't save. Very funny. Where do you think he's at? Oh, it's that stupid thing making all the noise. The Monty golf thing is really hard. Yeah, I think I should have saved this one for... I should have saved the other one for last, because it wasn't that hard. But I'm also not very good at this game, because I spent an entire hour playing that, I mean, oops, I forgot that I was streaming. I'm super good at this game, and I've never made a mistake. That was on purpose. Just to make the game more exciting for y'all. Oh no, we're about to get caught already! No, 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 no. No, 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 none of that. I mean, none of that. Alright, he lost a scent. It's hiding inside of a golf club. Where is he? It's impossible to tell. It's impossible to tell where he is. He blends into the environment. Stuck. Oh wait. Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice if I take an entire go-kart out of a present. Turning around right now. Oh my god. Could y'all please? Thanks. Alright, staff chambers. Okay. Not exactly sure what we're supposed to do. Huh? Can you hear me, Monty? Oh, he's walking. I can see him. Alright, he's pretty far away. No worries. The word womb makes me think of people calling Sid and I womb mates. Ew.
The security office is nearby.
Oh.
You might want to look around the office and see if there is a way to stop Monty from hunting
Oh no, is this gonna be one of those like mini games where they treat it like it's one of the OG Five Nights at Freddy's games? Oh boy. I know how this goes. Oh great. Last time it was so glitchy. It didn't even work properly. They were like running around in circles around me. Oh.
Gregory, they know you are here. Get the security upgrade and
What?
get out.
Already? What do you mean to get out? How? Are these doors still open? Are these doors still open? Huh? 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 What do you mean get out? This way? Alright. We win. You have to get the badge first? What? Did I miss the badge? But I got the achievement. Oh, there I am. Ah, Gregory. Yeah, but I thought that I got it, right? You have to leave. That means get out of here. I thought that I picked it up. Did I not? I mean get in the door. What? Oh, you mean you have to get out? Yeah, I mean, obviously. But jump on the table. It's broken! Oh no! Oh, I can see where Freddy's at. Nice. Escape the Pizzaplex. The doors are open. Plan A. Access the sewer. Investigate the vent in mazer size. That's a new thing, right? Investigate the vent in mazer size. I mean, you need the next level badge to get in the other door. Okay. Use the party pass to find the Faz camera in Monty Golf. So I haven't done that. I haven't gotten it. So I'm not supposed to escape with the security badge. I need to get... Oh, kind of scared me for a second. Oh no! So is it still in here? Yeah, so where's the cam? They scared me, okay? They scared me. They made me think that I was about to get eaten. They lied to me. They lied to all of us, actually. Is it just right here? Also, Ocean Wolf, what's up?
This?
It is right
Looks
here.
like an old camera.
They just scared me, dude. With a fast cam, you can stun any bots in the surrounding area. Must be charged between uses. So you can only use it one time at a time? Yeah, switch between items. Okay.
That is a fast cam. If you are in trouble, use the camera flash to stun the other animatronics.
Okay, there's
Keep in
one,
mind that it
two.
will not work on Monty due to his sunglasses.
Yeah, nothing works on Monty. What's the... I'm pressing 3? Okay, here it is. So you get some multiple... Nice. Okay, so it works on everybody but the person whose place I'm in right now. Splendid. Monty's too cool to be stunned.
Now you can enter Mazer size.
Oh, Mazer size. All right, all right. That's the next thing that we needed. So I still can't go through here because I'm not high enough security. You can't be stunned. That's one of the reasons why Monty Golf is so hard. Yeah, I feel that. What the heck is this? Hope I can get this before he comes around. Flashlight battery upgrade? Dude, nice. Good thing I'm about to be killed. Camera stuns all bots in view, but only has one charge. The blaster stuns one, but has multiple charges. Yeah. Okay, so we got a battery upgrade? Was that only for the flashlight? Didn't know that they were just upgrades sitting around. Let's see. Upgrade. Yeah, so I got a Freddy upgrade. Let's see. Flashlight battery upgrade. Yep. Alright, sweet. Sucker just lasts longer. So now can I still use Freddy? So I can still use the eyes, eh? I just thought about that. Yes, I can still use the eyes. That's the lid. That one's already open over there. Can Monty pull me out of this suit? Will Monty mind if Freddy's just walking around? There's a present there that I didn't get. I'm just walking by him. He doesn't mind. We can't stay in Freddy forever though. How do I get up there? Oh, okay. Not sure where he is, but a little gift. A little gift. Tragedy mask. Nice. I would just save Freddy's charge, but let me out. Let me in him. Oh, there we go. All right, we hopped in. What? I can't see anything. Hey. 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 Help. I can't see anything. Oh. Low power. Help. Help. Okay, I gotta get out. Oh, what? He spotted me? This game's broken. God. You. Freddy teleported into the water. I didn't know how to get out. Is that it? Is that it? Is this the end of the stream for the evening? Is that the end? That noise. Where am I?
Gregory, you have
Oh.
a choice to make.
Oh, you get to choose
The
again.
door is open, and you can go.
But
or
no, the
you
door.
can continue to
but the-
investigate the secrets of the Pizzaplex.
But the door
I
is
feel
closed.
There is something else going on besides Vanny.
Freddy, I don't know if I can get out. I don't know if I can get through this door.
Freddy, the door is open. If you want to leave, then I'll just throw you through this piece of metal here.
This game is indeed broken. You nearly fell through the map when getting into Freddy thanks to a glitch. Nice. Oh, nice, an autosave. I didn't know that technology existed. Exactly, Lens. Isn't it a
You
miracle?
are staying? I am glad. Here. I found
Okay,
this
so
party pass.
I'm
There are
guessing that we
areas
can
have
save
not
this
investigated.
challenge for
Lead the way,
later.
superstar.
I'm trying to think if it would be fun for us to collect all of the presents. I honestly don't know if it would be that fun to collect all the presents. I don't really see that as being very entertaining. I'd honestly rather start the game over than collect just all these gift boxes lying around. And I'd have to keep recharging Freddy so that I can spot them through the wall. Like, I mean, he obviously makes it way easier, but I don't see that being very fun. Maybe it would be more fun to restart the game and try to play it again. Or we could play a different game. Like a different Freddy game, a different Spooky Sunday game. Because I do like playing a spooky game every now and again. You know, like once every week. So maybe we can pick another spooky game to play. Let's see. That's not fun. What? Not fun to collect every single present? There's just so many of them. And they're not fun to collect like Koroks are, of course. Koroks are fun to collect. Also, Callie saying, you should collect them all. You've collected more Koroks than I have, Callie. You've collected more than I have. Okay. How many are there? It's a good question. Is that even an achievement? More Freddys? Well, I'm saying we could maybe play a different Freddy game. Or we could play this one again. See, no room for dessert. Look at all these things that I have not unlocked. Holy moly. Lost and found. Okay, so collecting everything is a thing. There's 300 to 400 gifts. That is a very wide margin. 300 to 400? Surely they have like an actual number by now, right? Trophy time. Opa! What is it? Hide and seek master, very important person, up and away, under par. What? This must be doing something at that golf really well. But the FNAF world is technically scary, just depends on what scares you. I really liked this game because they gave you a lot of time away from the scary bits so that they kind of like lulled you into peace again. Because if a game is just like consistently horrifying, then my brain just kind of turns off. Nice shot! Hole in one! But yeah, this game like stretches it out nice and far. And it distracts you with other stuff. I basically have to be distracted to be scared. I have to get like surprised. How do I get in there? It's gotta be like a vent, right? Maybe you can get above it. Drop in. Oh, I've been in here before. Why didn't I pick up that gift? I've literally been in here. Oh, well, there's robots. That's annoying. Let's just grab this. Yeah, and if I tried to collect all of these, we would definitely use whatever glitch there is to save, because I'm not gonna collect every present without saving.
Freddy, I found the free gift. It's a crappy Mr. Hippo
We already did this.
magnet? Lame.
We already got the magnet.
I am sorry, Gregory.
How far do you think we got without the magnet? How would we have gotten this far without having that magnet to hack the machine? Well, we picked it up again. Let's see. There's no There's no presents I see in here. There is one over there. Good lord. Honestly, collecting all the presents without saving would be torture. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't even know if that's possible. That seems like something some streamer will do as like a mega insane challenge for like the best person at this game will do it as a challenge. Freddy, is that you? Oh my god, I don't remember pressing Q. What are you doing? How did you even pass the game without getting that? I did get it. I did get it. It just respawned, I guess. Where's the present? I thought I saw. Oh, that's how I missed it. It's in here. Freddy gets overly sad that the present is trash.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Gregory. I thought it was gonna be a good prize.
Okay, so you can tell me what's the exploit for being able to save? Oh, we'll see you later, the all-knowing cheese. If you're leaving, we'll see you later. It was nice to hang out with you.
Low power. I need to be charged.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave him behind. Gonna leave him behind. Nice. I think we're going to go back to Roxy Raceway and collect the head. Then you can save again. Really? You just have to pick up the head now that I made it this far. Okay, I'm gonna try that. We're gonna try that right now. We're gonna go back to Roxy Raceway. We're gonna see if that head allows us to save. So it wouldn't work if you picked up the head? Or, oh, you mean out of that box? Is it out of the box or off of the robot? Okay, great. Sweet. Exploits, totally acceptable. Hacks and cheats, not okay. Chica's delicious path to fitness. Mazer size. See? You pick up the head out of the box. Okay. This will be made a little bit trickier by the fact that we can't stun Roxy anymore because she doesn't have any eyes. I mean, just because we can save doesn't mean that we have to save, but at least we'll have the option. Oh boy. She's down there. Poor eyeless baby down there. Chebe, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you doing, Chebe? Dude, this game always makes me want food at 11 p.m. Oh no. Wait a second, is this the right way? I think so, right? It's time to eat, Linz. Get some food. Yeah, this is it. Can't go through here. All right, to Roxy's Raceway to get our sweet, sweet save exploit. Freddy? Freddy? Oh, there you are, my old... Oh. See you later, Fred. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for caring. Is he running for me again? Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, the head's the other way. Can I walk? Oh. Freddy. Freddy, could you stop following me? Stop. Pretty good. Enjoyed your stream. Lots of giggles. Oh, glad that you were enjoying Chepe. I'm glad you enjoyed. This game has been horrifying. It has legitimately scared me a ton of times. All right. Can we do it again? Pick up this head. Bing, bang, boom.
Good job. You have found a driver assist head. I do not believe it will work in that condition.
All right. Let's see if we can save now.
Staff repair station in the West Arcade. You'll need a dance pass
Ooh.
to access the West Arcade. Have
Let's
you checked
see.
the party garages? The raceway was closed very abruptly.
Trying to keep my eyes peeled. Is she down here?
Leave things behind during emergency situations.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wait, she would be talking if she was here, right? Yeah, she would be talking. She'd be going, I know you're here. You don't have any friends. Oh my gosh, it works? Oh my gosh. It works. You can save now. Oh no, game broken. Game broken. Yes, yes, you are welcome. Game 100% cracked. Amazing. I mean, who in their right mind would want to collect all this stuff without saving? Seriously. Roxy says, I know you're in here. Your parents never loved you. She does. That is what she sounds like. She's awful. She's mean. But she's got the coolest design. What can I say? Can't complain about that. Where's the closest charging station so that we can get old Fred? Old Fred. Let's see. He's over here. Is there no charging? Oh, yeah. I forgot. This game doesn't have a functional map. I forgot about that part. Forgot about the non-functional map. I think we'll just have to scout it. Oh my gosh. I remember these areas. Yeah, I think we'll have to find a charging station and then call him to it, I guess. Because it's not on the map. Oh no! Our game! It's broken! Steel Wool. Is that the name of the developers? Oh no! Freddy's stuck! Get this wrench. That's one way to defeat these just a... Oh, wait. Oh, no. I hope that little creepy thing isn't in here. Oh. We're to the Inferno again. Nice. Is there a charging station around here? Ooh, Foxy doll. Oh, no, I don't want to hide. There's got to be a present in here, right? That hasn't been incinerated. Do, 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 do. Oh no! Freddy's in the ball pit again! Oh no! Oh, I can't make it back through here. This was earlier. We smashed through the doors, but they're back. They built them back so fast. Vanessa is right on it. Vanessa doesn't skip a beat. I mean, honestly, like she was ready to go. Vanessa's like, oh no, she knocked down our broken doors. Put some more broken doors up. Perfect. Also, I'm still looking forward to that job. She did say that we could have a job. She said that we might make a good security guard, but I doubt that any of the outfits would fit us. We are rather small. Freddy? Is that you? I just want to check down here real quick. Does this charge actually hold? Okay, it does look like it does. Oh boy. Okay, I don't think there's anything else down there. I just wanted to double check. Now, if Freddy runs out of power while I'm inside the suit, won't it crush me? Didn't that happen once? Don't we die if Freddy turns off and we're inside of him? Doesn't it crush our body? Crush our bones to make his bread? I thought that I saw that the present was up there, but maybe I'm hallucinating. There's definitely a present around, but we might just leave the area to try to find Oof. Let me over. Did nobody teleport in? We got caught. Nothing happened. Nice. Yeah, he'll end your subscription to Life. Oh, not my Life magazine subscription. Come on, Gregory.
Gregory, what is wrong with you? Gregory, I thought that you were a gymnastics master.
Oh my god, Gregory. You're embarrassing the whole class. Okay, where's the closest charging spot? Ooh, maybe at the information registrar. Gregory's like 11, but yeah, she'll hire him as a security guard in the place that gives no craps about children. Yeah. Gregory, you can be the youngest security guard that's ever worked here. He's like, all right, I can't wait to be a security guard. Vanessa's like, yeah, just come onto the back room and we'll get your outfit. Oh, that's a thing? Oh. I saw the hat. I thought I was getting the hat. Okay, bonus present. Got a cup of coffee. That's not a gift. Charge up. So a lot of these areas are much less scary, eh? Like this area, it's pretty simple. Oh, wait. I think that there's a charging station in one of these party cabins. Right? Isn't there one in here? Maybe not in that one. Could have swore that we could charge up. Chica room. Ah, yes. Come on, Freddy. You're the only robot that shows up anymore. Stop. Didn't know it was gonna grab me again. Yeah, come on, Freddy. Get inside that charger. All right, nice. Fully charged. Open that present. There's a present over there, I think. Has that got its lid off? That lid's off. Okay, there's a present dead ahead. On top of this scissor lift, I think. Yeah, isn't it up there? Maybe we just gotta do some fancy parkour, that's all. Yeah, just like this. Let's see. Maybe on the other side? Probably too nervous at this point in the game, running away from Roxy. Ooh. Yes. This would be it. Got some Fizzy Fazz, Roxy edition. We got a new achievement, Sugar High. I'm guessing that's for picking up every different type of soda? Every soda run, any percent. Okay, opened. That one's open. That one is too. Okay, just to double check, let's run across. This whole area looks clear, though. Roxy's place has been picked clean! Got Roxy up there. What a freaking punk legend. She's got her sunglasses on. She's got the ear pierced. Dang. A living legend. She would definitely be going to that new emo concert.
Work without payment. They'll hire you, Gregory, but they won't pay you. That would be child labor. I'm sorry, Gregory. You're a child. I'm an animatronic. I am not your father.
Alright, sweet. Clear as can be. Okay. I think that we're gonna call it here tonight, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed some sweet, sweet, delicious Five Nights at Freddy's. We also drew some horrifying drawings. We drew some horrifying drawings. We basically beat Five Nights at Freddy's. And we did it super late. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Let's raid somebody, okay? Let's raid somebody. You missed the drawings? Maybe you can check the VOD. I've already unplugged this thing. But Anybody that came in during the stream that was new, thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back. Sorry about that. I will be back on Tuesday. We're going to be playing more Pokemon Arceus. And otherwise, I hope that you'll have wonderful Monday, wonderful Sunday. I mean, it's pretty much the end of Sunday, but I hope y'all enjoy y'all's evening. Get some good sleep. Have a wonderful Monday. I've got a friend that I have to help tomorrow, and I have therapy tomorrow, so I'm gonna be a little too busy to stream, but I'll be back on Tuesday with some more Arceus. So I will see you guys there. Let's find ourselves somebody to raid. Maybe we can either raid somebody new, or we could raid somebody playing this game. Let me see how many people are. Opes is live. I've raided Opes a million times. Let's see. Maybe. I mean, I see that this category has really cooled down, hasn't it? Do y'all want to watch some more Five Nights at Freddy's, or let's see. Next Tuesday will be Tuesday, by the way, because it'll be the 2nd. What? But it won't be. But it's not on the 2nd. The next Tuesday is on the 1st. Oh, it'll be 2/2/2022, but it won't be a Tuesday. Right? It's the 20. Oh, it's the 22nd. The 22nd of February will be 2. No, because the next Tuesday is the 1st. Today's Sunday, the 30th. Then it goes Monday the 1st. Then it becomes Tuesday the 1st. But instead, it's on the 22nd of February, 2022. And then, of course, the next big thing that we have to look forward to is in, it's in 2222. Of course, in 2222, on February 22nd, that will be a real party, okay? But yeah, it's on the 22nd, not on the 2nd. Well, you mean Moon, you popped in right as we're leaving. Moon, we missed you. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we missed you. Oh, let me see who's online. Let's raid. How long has the Crane couple been playing? They're playing Arceus. Everyone's playing Arceus. There's no way to avoid this game. I want to raid the Crane couple because it's been a while since we've seen them. Let me see. They've been playing for 7 hours. They might be ending soon. Ooh, they might be ending soon. I'm not sure if we can raid them. Let me see. Let's see if they look like they're going to keep going. They say bonus stream, continuing our co-op run. Are they just playing this game for 7 hours straight? It's crazy. Okay, they just literally closed the game. Never mind. They just closed the game. You know, it's a thought that counts. OP Bo, thank you for the... Thanks for popping in the chat. Oh, whoa? Oh, whoa? Nice to meet you. What's up? Arceus is popular. It's Pokemon mixed with Monster Hunter World. I know, the game's awesome. We've been playing it for like 3... I think we did 3 streams in a row. I played it release night for like 4 hours. The next day, we played it for 10 hours, I think. And then I played it again the next day. Yes, I flip and love it. It's very, very fun. OP Bo, thank you for the follow. Yo, I will catch you on Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be playing some Pokemon Arceus. And we'll get back to this game, Five Nights at Freddy's. We'll either continue this run and collect more presents. I feel like we have to beat the game, right? We have to get the Faz Cam, and we have to get the we have to go to Mazer size. I don't think that we get an option, right? We have to do both of those things. After that, we can consider what we're gonna do. Either we're gonna start a new scary game on Sundays, or we're gonna play through Five Nights at Freddy's again. I don't think that we're gonna search for every present. That sounds like a pain, honestly. I feel like it says that every stream. What does? Everyone keeps comparing it to Breath of the Wild, but that's just not accurate, really. Yeah, I feel like it's because it's in the same engine and because it has similar sound effects. But yeah, they're really not the same. Breath of the Wild is like pure open world. This is more like, I mean, I feel like the people that are comparing them maybe haven't played Let's Go Pikachu, because this does remind me a bit of Let's Go Pikachu. You can see the similarities a lot. But I don't know. I think it is probably my favorite Pokemon game at this point, but we'll see. Maybe it has a horrible end game. I'm not sure. We're going to raid somebody. I can never pick who to raid. Does anybody have a raid suggestion? I've raided everybody on my list relatively recently. Does anybody have a suggestion? Especially for a family-friendly streamer? You, OP Bo, you're playing a game right now. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. We've got some what is it called? Self-advertisement in the chat. Very good. Citric acid is cool. Citric acid kind of painful, you know? You'd love to be able to play Arceus, but you don't have a Switch. Well, I mean, that's something nice about games, Kerbo, especially single-player games, because, I mean, it is single-player, so it will always be a good game. There's, like, no element of it that is, like, you need to play it quickly. Like, I feel like a lot of multiplayer games feel like that to me, where it's like, oh, I guess I need to buy this right now, play the game a lot, and then the community will die, and the game will die. But with this game, you could wait 4 years and it'll be the same game. You can always play. I have no family-friendly chats live. That's great. Minnie's online? Yeah, Minnie's family-friendly. Who's Citric Acid? I've never met this person before. They've got Five Nights at Freddy's stuff on their screen. Glam rock Freddy-inspired makeup. This could be like a fantastic stream to pop into. She's doing Five Nights at Freddy's glam rock makeup while she plays marbles on stream. She's playing marbles on stream. Okay, you guys. It's an entirely different game than what we're playing right now, but if you've never played it, Marbles on Stream allows you to just input your name into the game and you get set as a marble, and then it rolls down the course randomly, and if you win, then you feel good about yourself. Let's go say hi to this new person, Citric Acid. I've never met them before. Let's see, variety streamer. I'm guessing she's not family friendly, so if you're worried about curse words or whatever, join at your own risk. But we're gonna go meet this person, and like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday. I'd love to see you guys there. We're gonna be playing Arceus, collecting some more shinies, hopefully. The biggest thing that we need to do is get that glider. That is what we're going to do immediately, is that we're going to start zooming around, get us a bunch of Pokeballs, go get that glider, and then we'll be able to maybe start shiny hunting. We shall see. But, okay, we're going to go say hi to this person, Citric Acid. Let's make up I'm going to say, Freddy, is that you? That'll be our raid message. That's the message that you send whenever you're raiding somebody, I guess. You should probably get to sleep. Sounds good. Kerbo, get some rest. Get some rest. It is getting late. This is actually late for a me stream. I accidentally put an extra V in there. Let's go say hi to this person. Playing Marble Run. You guys, take care of yourselves. Love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. And we're gonna raid. I've got to actually type this in now. Citric Acid, playing marbles on stream. Very cool. Everybody have a wonderful evening. And I will see you guys on Tuesday, like I said. Okay, let me shout out. Shout out to my mods. Thank you so much. Alchemic Refuge, Just Another Person Like You, Jedi Aurora, and Die101 for being all my 4 mods. I only have 4 mods. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are the best mods that a bean could ask for. Thank you, VIPs, for being here forever and supporting me a lot. Lemonberry, Bohemian Moon, Hootis Human One, Calico Kitties, Kivi Kara, Lupus Stream, The Crane Couple, Taiyaki, Shiny Glalie. Y'all guys are super special, and thank you to everybody else in the chat. And thank you so much for the follows in the bits. I appreciate it. I will see you guys on Tuesday. All right, let's go. Bing, bang, boom! And the raid is complete. Thanks for watching the videos. A lot. Seriously, thank you.